Welcome back, dear YouTube viewers. First of all, I have to announce that I've been messing around with the audio settings because my microphone is pretty lame and the sound quality has never been the best quality. And I also speak poorly English, so I hope you can bear with it. I try to enhance the volume, but I get to pick up too much noise. Sometimes soon, hopefully, I'm going to get a better audio equipment. Let's make a quick review of the present deck for today. We have 4 copies of Sanitarium Skeleton, a very nice little guide that goes on. It does a round trip. He goes to the hand, battlefield, graveyard, and so on. It rains are a bit. Sinister Concoction, a very nice removal tool that has a bit light on mana cost, but otherwise expensive because we have to pay 1 life, put 1 card from the library in the graveyard, discard 1 card and sacrifice the concoction to kill and or destroy target creature. But in this deck we might want to discard some card from hand. That's why we run the Selfless Spirit. Very nice protection, because this kind of makes the opponents try to remove this before the other creatures. Other than that, otherwise this saves our creatures from certain death. Heir of Falconrad might become good. I haven't tested enough, but I like the fact that we can activate the discard ability at instant speed, so we might dispose of some of our cards when we want and we do not have to pay mana. That's what Recruiter. Both sides are very valuable for our deck. From the human side, it's going to help us look for more creature cards, and the werewolf side is going to give us a discount for our creatures. Very good. Smuggler's Copter. I do not have to explain why this is the best card from Kaladesh. Evolutionary Leap. Not sure if this is what we want, but certainly it's going to help us. Especially it works very nice with the Sanitarium Skeleton if we have the mana. Macabre Walls, some Graveyard Recursion, Murderous Compulsion, because okay, we are discarding already, so at some point we might discard this to kill some tapped creature. Thalia to buy us some time. Bygone Bishop to give us some draws with the clues, and also we have a flyer. Nisa, always a very good and reliable card draw engine when she becomes a planeswalker, and also helping us getting a land. Campbell providing a nice cover for opponents' spells. At least we get to gain 2 life most of the time, maybe much more if the opponent goes heavily on the spell side of the deck. Pilgrim's Eye, Color Fixing, also Cultivator's Caravan, mostly for our mana acceleration. At some point we might crew the Caravan, but we want the mana from it. More Graveyard Recursion with Pulse of Mirasa, also gaining 6 life, very nice. Eldritch Evolution, one of the keys for the deck, because that lets us search for a creature from the library, put it on the battlefield by sacrificing a lower cost creature that we have already out. Liliana, the Last Hope, his -2 is going to let us bring back something from the graveyard to our hand, and that might be useful, for instance, to bring back Brisela, the Broken Blade, that can melt into Brisela if she's next to her sister, and it's the main reason of the deck. As it is, we want to get to Brisela as soon as possible. Also, to do so, we're going to be using Twins of Morestead, preferably because we can pay 3 with Madness to get a 5 cost creature on the battlefield, and then if we had the Eldritch Moon we can jump into Bruna that costs 7, and then when all that comes together we get maybe Brisela. Other than that, we have to cast. Bruna is costing 7. We have the benefit of being able to return target angel or human from the graveyard to the battlefield. That's nice, but we want to play this faster than 7 mana. So we also run Temido's Journal to help us draw and find the pieces of our play, and finally Necromantic Summons and Green Warden of Mirrors, a much more graveyard recursion, a ton of basic lands, dual lands that we can some of them make into creatures, and a couple of Evolving Wilds, and that's it. Let's see if we can play an early Brisela. That's the point of the deck, and hopefully we don't die trying, but we are certainly bound to have some fun doing this. We have a nice companion online. Maybe he's playing. Yes, no, he's not playing, but he's online. Another friend. Okay, I don't know if my record program captures the Steam bit of the set. Okay, let's see. We have 3 2-drops in hand, but we might be a bit hard pressed into casting Liliana, but our 2-drops are very good. Probably the Dustwatch Recruiter is the best to begin with. Alright, Sanitarium Skeleton. Okay, therefore we might play the air and discard the skeleton, so she becomes a 3/2 flyer. So the idea at this point, since we don't have the pieces that we want to pull out the early, the early Brisela, we have to force the opponent into spending as much cards as possible, and here I think I'm going for the forest or the plains. Let's get the forest. Oh, second forest. If I could have known, I could have gotten another swamp. Let's play swamp for sure. And now let's get the Dustwatch Recruiter. That kind of forces the opponent to play a card to avoid this one from flipping. The Consul's Lieutenant can easily trade with the Recruiter, so we don't want to block here, and we are taking 2 damage. Might sound like it's not much, but it's a big deal because this becomes Renown, so later it's going to give +1/+1 to other attackers, so now it's much harder for us to destroy. Opponent going for the Renown theme. Okay, Evolving Wilds is good. If I play the Evolving Wilds, I can find myself a swamp to play Liliana, or a plains to go for the Bygone Bishop. I think the plains, this is right. Let's go with the air of Falkenrath, and also the Evolving Wilds, and get not sure. Let's wait to see if we need Liliana or the Bygone Bishop or the Selfless Spirit. We have to still see what's going to happen. Double block the Citadel Castellan. A single block is not going to be enough to kill her. Maybe we have to get rid of the Consul's Lieutenant. But if the opponent has Celestial Flare or Gideon's Reproach or Faith Unbroken, it's going to exile. Alright, this looks like a loss unless we get our removal spells now, we are not going to be able to overcome this very early aggressive start. So I think I want the bicon bishop. So because we need to block somehow this. Okay, not transforming because we are going to put the sanitarium skeleton on the board, or tough choice. If I play the swamp, I can reduce damage. I can also play Selfless Spirit. The air becomes indestructible by sacrificing the spirit, but we take quite a lot of damage. Oh, well, not sure what to do here. Let's get the clues and the blockers. Okay, we can throw away the skeleton to prevent some damage from the Citadel Castellan and try to finish this. We have to double block the Consul's Lieutenant, and the opponent still might have some combat tricks, flash creatures, pump up, sacrifice effects, damage effects. Yeah, this is very dangerous. Always watching. Giving +1/+1 and vigilance to the creatures, and also the heirloom. Oh boy, giving +1/+1 to this. This is awful. Alright, 8-9-5-4. I guess my option is here to block, and there's no way I can kill this. Maybe I just put the air on in front of that. No, let's assume that we later on can drop the Selfless Spirit. We might get to kill this. Well, not looking great, I have to admit it. Okay, land. I can get this from the graveyard, but that is 4 mana total. I can play Liliana and the Selfless Spirit. I can shrink the Consul's Lieutenant to a 3/3. Alright, now there's a tiny hope to kill the Consul's Lieutenant. Not very large chance, but maybe. And now the opponent has to take care of Liliana, but he might have trample or yeah. I think we can survive one more turn and then that's it. Selfless Spirit is going to be very helpful here, but the opponent is very aggressive. And too much enchantments. He has his own Selfless Spirit. Now this is problematic for us. Alright. Okay, here this and this and this. Confirm the block. We sacrifice this boy. And we discard the forest. And now the opponent has to sacrifice the spirit here or lose the Consul's Lieutenant. Oh, he did not. Interesting. So he chose to let this one go. That's quite odd for me. Looking not entirely good. Alright, Bruna. Bruna should be on our graveyard or library. Okay, I can crack one of the clues first. I can also bring the sanitarium skeleton to the hand. I think I'm going to do so because, oh no! No, the wrong tap. Ah! Alright, the game has make. Oh, game, why? Why did the game... well, it's my fault, sure, but... I could have played the skeleton. Now I have to sacrifice these two, one of them, so he does not kill me. And why do it? The computer had to tap so bad. I'm crying now. Okay, now I think the opponent has some trample giver. We are dead. +2/+2, trample and draw something. No? Well, cool. Let's sacrifice this and get another card in our hand. It's a plains. It's a forest canopy pista. Oh, good. Good, this is it. That's it. Now we kill the Citadel Castellan. And we discard. Oh. Now let's discard the skeleton here. The one of the smuggler's copter is on the graveyard. So what's going on here? I'm going to shrink this boy. No. Let's first we draw. Alright. I'm guessing I could bring the Selfless Spirit from the graveyard and gain another clue. Or maybe this, no. Later. Is that one? Yes, this is a human. Good, next turn I can play Bruna and bring this from the graveyard. Let's continue. Skip the attack. We are still hanging by a thread, but still in. Let's see what the opponent's attempt. Any trampling, it's going to kill us. The heirloom onto this big boy. I think the Selfless Spirit is worth having around instead of the Bruna. So goodbye, bye, gone bishop. He's bygone. And we are left with the Selfless Spirit. We are going to cast Bruna and hopefully do something. Oh, speaking of bygones, bishops. Alright, Bruna and Campbell to the battlefield. So now, if the opponent has some spell, we gain 2 life. And we are going to shrink this boy, because otherwise it can trade with Bruna. And now we can maybe attack. I don't know, I'm not going to attack, of course, and I'm still scared of a possible Blessed Alliance or Celestial Flares, or Reprisal could be very bad at this point. Let's see, is he going to attack? I think I have to block. Now opponent possibly can kill her, but we can return her from the graveyard. That's not actually bad. Wild Size, we gain 2 life. Opponent kills our guy. Well, do I want her killed? What's for us to bring back? Not too much at this moment. So let's save her. Titanic Growth. $11, so we take 4 damage and we are saved thanks to the Campbell that is giving us 2 times 2 life. The opponent is now at 16. That's quite amazing. Alright, let's see. We have the land. We can recover the skeleton or maybe the Selfless Spirit using Liliana. But first we are going to draw. Do not tap the black, please. Do not. He's tapping the black. Necromantic Summons. Not bad. So we can return a huge Selfless Spirit. But maybe it's not the time now. Let's play this bishop here. Now let's first return this. Proper tapping has occurred this time, and the Bygone Bishop is a flyer. I like it better here, and I'm going to shrink again this. Alright, we can hit for 5 to the face. Not bad. We have half of our puzzle put out. Alright, and now the opponent has to look after his life total, because every time he casts for instant enchantment, if he has another one of this Faith Unbroken, it's going to be horrible. Not attacks, good. Very good. Another planes, not bad. Let's first swing and see if the opponent has found some way to deal with our Bruna. Blessed Alliance. I thought so. Is he gains 4 life? Alright, we gain 2. He loses 2 thanks to the Campbell, so he's going to gain only 2. We have to sacrifice the baby, but look at this, we have Liliana, so we activate his -2. We get Bruna from the graveyard. We are going to play Bruna. We get the Duskwatch Recruiter out. Yes, this is working. Now we have blockers that we can put in front of the Castellan, and we have the skeleton and a clue. Good. At some point we are going to find our Brisela, and then we're going to be so happy. Oh, Lone Rider, problematic, because now this one has lifelink and vigilance and first strike, and the other side, when this transforms, and the opponent is playing with the neglected heirloom. We better find our removal soon, because this is looking very bad for us now. But the opponent has a single card in hand. We can steal the Selfless Spirit from his graveyard or her graveyard, and that's something to take into account. Evolving Wilds, not great. Let's crack the Evolving Wilds first, so we play the clue and we don't hit maybe this one forest. If we get the Eldritch Evolution, will be very good for us. So another card that can be very problematic for us is Declaration in Stone. The opponent might have. Okay, Eldritch Evolution. It's the evolution, baby. I could activate the Deathwatch Recruiter. Okay, opponent at 13. Let's Eldritch Evolution out of the Bicon Bishop. He has done the work already, and okay, confirm the attack. And the Deathwatch Recruiter is going to be okay. Blessed Alliance. We have to sacrifice. Right, Bicon Bishop. No, we do not have to sacrifice. The opponent just wanted the life gain. So let's activate this one more time. We want to keep double white and double green, because we might get to find Bruna. Okay, let's get this. Alright, and now we are going to finally merge our Brisela. Not as soon as I wanted to, but she showed up, and here we are now. And I'm going to. Oh, the opponent has left the game. I wonder why. Let's use Liliana to shrink. Well, now it doesn't matter too much. Maybe this. I don't know. I don't think the opponent can do something. We even have the Necromantic Summons to steal some of his cool creatures. Alright, this one becomes +3/+3, and first strike. It already had first strike. Lifelink 6/7 lifelinker with vigilance, trample. Yeah, pretty impressive. But we have our own flyer, first strike, vigilance, lifelinker that is going to kill the opponent on next turn. Thank you very much, Campbell. Thank you very much. All the skeletons have done a very nice job. Let's block here and here and here. Looks proper. Maybe the opponent can pump these boys and we lose the Brisela, but we gain 6. We gain 9 life in the process, and we have the protection of the Necromantic Summons for later. Opponent managed to remain not so good, but the always watching kind of messing our play. And what can we steal? If we steal the Lone Rider, it's going to be quite nice. Let's first attack in the air, sending 2 creatures in case of another Blessed Alliance. Let me pronounce it properly at least once. Right, let's. Okay, we have the game in the bag, I guess, but just in case, we are still in the Lone Rider, giving It's going to flip at the end of our turn. Alright, we are back at 26 life in total from a very dangerous spot that we got ourselves into. That's a very impressive way. And now the opponent can't cast spells with mana cost 3 or less, and so Declaration in Stone is nothing to be scared of. Let's see what's in the store for us. It's Pulse of Murasa to gain even more life. We can fill our hand with skeletons in case we want it. Too bad we can't get the copter with the Pulse of Murasa. Okay, let's finish this game already, and let's send these two into attack. Even if the opponent plays a non-creature spell, we gain life, and he has to pay so much mana to do it that I'm not scared at all. After we have our Brisela, and we won. We had to struggle quite a bit. This is not supposed to happen, so let's try once more and see if we get lucky again, but hopefully we assemble the Brisela sooner. Okay, let's go ahead, jump into one game. And the other way that I thought this might work is to ramp. I already mentioned that, but I still haven't resolved how a ramp deck with Brisela could look. But I think it's doable. Of course, we need the green that has the best ramp spells, and maybe we can ditch the black. I'm not sure if that's what we want, but black is good. So here we have Nissa and so many lands that it's very tempting to keep this hand a little mana float, but we have almost all the colors that we want. We can start with the skeleton and now we have all the colors that we want. Let's play the skeleton on our second main phase. That is not going to change anything, but it's just the proper way to play. And next turn, unless we draw something for 2, we can afford to play the Hissing Quagmire. Looks like we are again against a very aggressive white, maybe some other color deck. Good. Twins are good. Let's go with the Hissing Quagmire. I think we are going to have to use this to kill a big creature sometime in the future, because this one has Death Touch imbued, but we need 3 mana besides this land to activate it, so we are still far from doing that. Now, Anointer of Champions. I was going to not block, but the Anointer of Champions is going to screw my intentions. Let's block. No, I'm going to block afterwards. Next turn we block 3 damage instead of just 2. And if the opponent has some renown interactive cards, it's better to do this. Okay, a second Twins, I like it, but we need to find something that we can play. Let's go with Nissa, so we have 1 less forest to draw in the library. Also, we make the opponent worry about this card. He's going to attempt to kill her at some point, but we can double block the Topham Freeblade. Double block. We have to let go this, but now that's not an option. I'm glad I kept back the skeleton. Let's see, just this. So he taps, no, he taps Nisa, and blocking the expedition envoy is going to prevent only 2 damage. We take 5, so I'm going to block this. We take only 3 and lose the skeleton. So we're going to set up to sacrifice the Quagmire. Looks like that's what we need to do. Okay, that's so good. Because we can kill the Anointer of Champions with this. Do I want to? I probably don't. Okay, let's continue. Skip, because this one has vigilance. We can use this later. Okay, Heir of Falkenrath will be good, a good draw for us, but to stay in this game we have to spend our Quagmire to stop this fearsome Topham Freeblade. Opponent is going to attack with these 2 again, maybe, tapping our Nisa. Okay, this once again this is not looking great. Oh, right, good. We can still block this. Okay, let's see. Opponent tapping this, and we are going to activate, and now the opponent has tapped out, and that's very good for us because that means that there's only one spell that can save the Topham Freeblade. That spell makes this one indestructible, I guess, but either way we have to block. Alright, and most likely I'm going to use Murderous Compulsion over this envoy. Opponent is tapping the flyer. We take 4. Nisa taps. We block here. Let's see, the opponent might have that 1 mana spell. No, he doesn't. Okay, we got rid of 2 cards and 1 of our lands. Okay, too many twins, but still I like it. Let's hit the opponent for 2. Maybe I should have left Nisa untapped to block the Anointer, but it's quite possible that the opponent has more of these enchantments, so I think saving Nisa to defend is not worth. So what's going to be now? The Angelic Blessing. What's the name of that? No, another Nimbus Wings. Okay, now we have to find ourselves something to block the flyer, or something that, well, I can drop the twins, paying the full cost. And the leap is going to do wonders after we can cycle the Sanitarium Skeleton, but we need much more mana to do so. I'm going to keep Nisa on the hold. I'm getting closer to flip Nisa, and that could be wonderful if we survive. We have gotten rid of plenty of interesting cards by spending not so many resources. Okay, 2-4 against our face. We are on a quick clock. The opponent did not use the Anointer to... this is good. Alright. This is going to come first before the opponent gets the chance to play anything. Let's swing with both. The only bad thing of this is that it's a legendary creature and we cannot run two of them at the same time. Yeah, other than that, this is awesome in the present situation. Now the opponent, if he wants to play another enchantment, he's going to give us 2 life and pay 2. He has black. This is much more interesting now. What's going to be? What is it going to be now? Alright, I'm willing to get rid of the twins to find a better card using the evolutionary leap. And finding another black source is very good for us. Hopefully a swamp, because Hissing Quagmire enters tapped. The opponent is thinking about casting something huge. The Sigil of the Empty Throne is not going to currently do much for the opponent, but soon it's going to be very problematic. So we better get Nissa flipped soon. Come on. Is he going to attack? He's not. He's in Quagmire, not bad at all. So do I want to send Nissa? No, I do not. Let's transform Nissa first. We see what's our next card. Maybe a beautiful angel. Selfless Spirit, not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to attack with both creatures here. So the opponent might choose to double block this boy, and we sacrifice it with the evolutionary leap, and the opponent takes 3 damage. Single block, double block. Alright, I could instead kill the... yeah, I think it's better for me to kill the Anointer. Now let's drop the twins. Continue. Yeah, I'm not sure. Of course, having this is good, but now we have gotten rid of this Anointer of Champions. The opponent getting a 4/4 flyer. And recall that we can. There are as many ways for us to bring back from the graveyard. Let's see if the opponent wants to kill. He went to the face. That's strange. Alright. Let's see what we get here first. And it's a forest. Not so cool, and can play the Bruna. Let's first attack. Neither can block the flyers. Let's see what the opponent has. And Bruna is going to put the Kambal out again, and that's a very sweet interaction that I have to admit that I hadn't realized after I saw it the previous game. Let's go. Okay. Now, if the opponent has another enchantment, we gain more life, and Bruna can take care of these tokens, or maybe this Heliod Pilgrim. Let's continue. We can even sacrifice one of our twins to find something better. So once again, Brisela is not showing up soon enough. That makes me think that this deck is not doing what I wanted it to do. Let's see. The opponent hasn't shown any other black card than the Infernal Scarring. It's nice, but only gives damage. I think there are better cards in black for the opponent. A big issue with blocking with just Bruna is that the opponent might have many ways to remove her, but by the looks of it, it's all about enchantments. So let's assume that the opponent has no declaration in stone, no anguish the making, and well, I think we can prevent the exiling using the evolutionary leap. Now the opponent has to decide if he wants to play Ailey. Not bad. He can gain life by sacrificing another creature, and he can exile something. I don't think he's going to attack unless he has some trick. Well, he could attack with both, but then he dies to our next attack. Well, one of the twins has gone, and we exchange that for the air. Not bad, because that air means that we can play the twins. Good. The swamp. Let's reveal. And it's in the Evolving Wilds. Let's just use it. We don't want any basic lands in the library for the rest of the game. Let's get forest. No, let's get swamp, because we got a little bit stacked. And Selfless Spirit. And I don't see a reason to play the air before combat. So let's attack with Bruna, because now we have the Selfless Spirit with us. And the Evolutionary Leap too. Now the opponent's going to champ block with the Angel, most likely, and pay 1 to gain 4 life, I presume. Double block. Well, one of, I think, what is she going to do? Yes, that was correct. And now this one dies. Now I drop the air, and I can play the twins at any point and use the Evolutionary Leap and why nobody stays on these games? The opponent has decided that it's not worth staying on the game. Let's continue and see. There's many options open for us now. We can use the skeleton to recover our hand and discard him to transform the air, but I think it's best for us to drop the twins of the Moor State. we can also activate the hissing quagmire if needs comes to that. What is it going to be? The Garmag Swiftwind, another flyer with flying, first strike, flying, and haste. Not bad creature. I like this creature. It's quite useful in some situations. So, what is it going to be? Of course, the opponent cannot safely attack with any of the creatures he currently has, and well, it's tempting to activate the evolutionary leap for us and try to find Brisela. Okay. I think I'm going to kill the air. Believe it or not, is the weakest of our cards that would die to other stuff. Oh, it was another skeleton. I'm not going to complain. Ah, the Green Warden. I can bring the Selfless Spirit. Let's first see what is behind the door with Nissa, Shambling Bend. Okay, let's try to use the Evolutionary Leap and the Skeleton combo. Let's see what we find. Another air. I think I'm going to kill this other one. Yes, yes, they are food for the evolution. It's the evolution, baby. Alright, another. This is all about the evolution. We have to make our creatures stronger. Now, it's going to be hilarious if the opponent runs Planar Outburst in his deck, because I'm overstanding so much here. Another skeleton. What the heck? Now this one, I'm tapping the green to play it. Alright. Oof. Not signs of Brisela still. Let's attack with the twins. The opponent can kill both twins, but he loses so much that I think it's worth. Here he probably has to block the Bruna with the bat, and we kill the Ailey. Alright, okay, we are self-milling our deck, all because we want to evolve Asylum Visitor. Now, this card can kill the opponent. Look at this. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, if that player has no cards in hand, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. This is very dangerous for the opponent to play at this stage of the game. Thalia looking good. Let's see what we find with Nissa Sinister Concoction. Let's use this is a green friendly card because it gets recycled so many times. I do not want to spend any green at this point. I do not want to spend green. Alright. Can you give me a nice angel? No, it's a skeleton. Alright, let's try again. angels. So now last try to find Gisela. Come on, out of 26 cards. That's not it. Alright, I can play 2 selfless spirits. No, I mean Thalia. Alright, let's hit with this 5 more damage to the opponent. Double block and double kill, unless the opponent can save this with an instant, but he can't. I guess Thalia is a good option. Do not tap the green just because we might want to save Bruna from going to exile. Now look at this. Wait, Gisela, can you show up already? We can activate the Nisa's ultimate and we still haven't seen Gisela. Now, what annoys me the most is that when I fight against a deck that runs Gisela, she's always out by turn 4. That's just how much she loves me. She doesn't want to show up. Oh, come on. Now Bygone Bishop or recycle the skeletons. And okay, we win this turn, so let's what happens? Okay, let's just for the sake of testing, let's activate the Quagmire. Becomes a 2/2 creature. Alright, we are going to try something. So now I'm going to do the Nisa's ultimate and try to check what's the difference between the activating first or after the fact. So this and this are going to become elemental tokens. This and this. Confirm. Alright, this one apparently still has Death Touch, and let's see what happens if I activate this. It became a 2/3. Alright. I wanted to... okay. Alright, that's it. That's game for you guys. Just testing stuff. I want to see what happens after the turn finishes. What do you think? Is this going to become a 6/6 or just regular Shambling Bent? Let's not hit, because that means that we kill the opponent and we don't get to see what happens. Skip the attack. Continue. And okay, it returned to the 6/6. Wow, that's quite impressive. Let's see. Well, if I want to give this one life link again, it's going to lower its life. Okay, this doesn't matter because we have the Sinister Concoction here. Alright, that's going to be it for today. I hope you have enjoyed. The deck is fun, but it's not performing what I wanted it to do. I wanted to have the sisters out very soon, but look at this. We are way over the half of our library and still no signs of the awaited Gisela. He refuses to get out. Look at this, 5/5 first strike and life linker that is just going to die to our Sinister Concoction. And and tap 1. We have to discard. Well, let's discard the twins. Why? Because we can madness. Woohoo! Yeah, we have 4 skeletons in the graveyard. They are so funny. The skeletons is, I don't know if it's the best card that there is, but it's the funniest card for me. In okay, the sculptor. A little bit late. If we had this earlier, we might have made ourselves much more. Okay, a big swing, and that's it. So don't forget to leave your comments, and we'll be meeting soon, maybe with the ramp version of the attempt to bring the Brisela and Bruna out soon, but I think I'm going to try other kind of decks for the time being. Until next time, sayonara.